Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, the Baking Diva. And I want to give a big shout out to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate all your support. Well, I have a confession to make. Yes, I do. Are you ready? I have to admit, I am a Chaffleholic. That's right. I'm a Chaffleholic. And by this time, most of you should know what a Chaffle is. Oh, I'm addicted to these things. Those little mini Chaffles that are low carb and keto. Oh, I just love them. I get up in the morning and I want to make one for breakfast. Sometimes I'll make a savory one. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a sweet one. And sometimes when I'm watching TV at night and I get that craving, I go and make myself a sweet Chaffle. They're so good. So I think we should get started because I'm going to eat this as soon as I make it. Today I'm making for you a raspberry almond Chaffle. Oh, they are so good. And if you're like me and you like almond and almond flavoring and almond paste or whatever, you will love these. So let's get started. So what do you need to make a Chaffle? Well, you need a little Chaffle maker. And I already have this plugged in down here. Hopefully you can see it. And I will put a still in the video. But this is, the brand I have is called DASH. And it's a little 4-inch Chaffle maker. I bought it off of Amazon. You can probably find them in different places. But this is what I use to make my Chaffles. People have asked me, can we use a regular big waffle maker? Well, you could, but personally I wouldn't recommend it. The Chaffle maker the Chaffles that you make in this one are 4-inch. They're the perfect size if you want to use them for a sandwich or whatever. So this would be what I would recommend. I'll put a link down below, the Amazon link, if you're interested in, purchasing one from Amazon. So what do? First of all, and for those of you, I'm assuming you all know what a Chaffle is. A Chaffle is a combination of cheese and a waffle. So they put it together and they called it a Chaffle. But whatever you call it, who cares? They're delicious. And there's so many different variations you can make. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to plug in and heat up your Chaffle maker till it's nice and hot. Now, these are non-stick, but I like to squirt a little bit of my non-stick spray on there. Probably should have done it before I heated it up, but I was busy getting my camera ready. So let me just put a little bit on there. Okay. Like I said, you don't have to put it on there. It's non-stick, but I like to. Better to be safe than sorry, right? So, and these get very hot. So let me tell you, I know that from experience. Use a pot holder or something to move it because look at my boo-boo. I know because I already burned my arm on it. So anyway, what you're going to do is you can take either a small bowl or I'm just using this glass measuring cup I have. You just need something to mix everything up in. Now I will put the recipe in the description box below for you, but you can follow along with me now. So this makes 2 nice size Chaffles. And what you're going to need first is 1 egg. Chaffles always have an egg in them. So this I happen to have sitting out at room temperature. I think they come out better that way. So I'm just going to put my 1 egg in there. Now, I think it's good to take your little fork and just scramble that around a little bit. I think if you scramble the egg around a little bit first, the Chaffles come out better. All right, so to that egg, I'm going to add 1 ounce of softened cream cheese. That's right. Now, some of the Chaffles you've seen me make have shredded cheddar. Some have shredded mozzarella. This one has softened cream cheese, and this is 1 ounce. So I'm going to put that in there. This is a sweet Chaffle I'm making. Now, to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of almond flour. So I'm going to put that in. I'm using the fine almond flour. And to that, now, you're going to need about 1/3 of a cup of fresh raspberries. But you're only going to put half of that in your mix. So I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to put half of these raspberries in here in my Chaffle mixture. Now to that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of Confectioner's Swerve, and that is our sweetener. Now, I guess you can probably try them with any sweetener you want, but I'm using Swerve in this particular recipe, and I think it comes out pretty darn good. All right, now we're going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. They're so easy to make, these little things. So let me get my 1/4 out. And you know, in case I forget to tell you, you can make your Chaffles ahead of time if you want. I mean, say you want to make extras. You can make extras. You can put them in a refrigerator. You can layer like maybe parchment paper in between them. Put them in an airtight container, and you can keep them in your refrigerator for a few days. And then to warm them up or crisp them up, you can either put them in your toaster oven, or if you have an air fryer. I even tried a couple of them in my toaster just to warm them up. They were pretty good. So, you know, if you want to make a batch of them and then store some in the fridge, you can do that too. So I put in my baking powder. Now, this I'm going to leave up to you. I love, love, love almond extract. Now, my recipe calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract, but I really like almond extract, and I want a little bit more flavor. So I'm going to have to leave that up to you. You can follow the recipe exact, or you can put in a little more. I love it. And I want my Chaffles to have a nice almond flavor to them. There we go. A little drop more. Won't hurt. Most that's going to happen is you're going to have a stronger almond flavor. So it depends on what you like. And I'm going to put in there a pinch of salt. There we go. That sounded like a pinch, didn't it? All right. And now I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to mix all this up. Now, you can use a little whisk if you want. You can, if you want to make this smoother, you can put it like maybe in a little mini blender or something. That's fine too. But you want to get this all incorporated so it's nice and smooth when it goes in the little mini Waffle Maker. So I'm going to mix this up really nice. And because of the raspberries in here, you know, you're mixing them and they're all getting kind of blended in with the mixture. Okay. Now, another thing while I'm mixing this, I'll mention to you that when your Chaffles are ready, and I'll make them for you, I like to put mine on a little cooling rack. If you put them just straight from the waffle maker onto a plate, they might not stay that crispy. You know, the condensation is in the bottom of them and they're up against the dish, and they just come out a lot better if you put them on a cooling rack. So I'm mixing this all up, getting all the lumps out of it. Okay, I hope everyone's having a good day. In New Jersey here, it's supposed to get very cold tonight. Possibility of some snowflakes, but I'm not expecting too much, so it's okay. I don't care. All right, this looks pretty good to me. Okay. All right, so now you have to make sure your Waffle Maker is nice and hot. Now, we're not going to pour all of this in because remember, it's making more than one. And one thing you have to remember if you're new at Chaffles, when you put your mixture in, oh, that baby's hot. When you put your mixture in, don't put it in and let it go all the way to the edge of the Waffle Maker because, whoopsie Diva, what are you doing? Because when you close it, it will squirt out the edges. So, I'm going to take my mixture here and I'm going to just put some of this in. Here it's sizzling. And I'm going to spread it out a little bit, but not to the edge. And I'm going to, well, mine went out to the edge a little. And if it does go out to the edge a little, leave the lid open for a few seconds. And then it starts to set. And then if you close the lid, it's just a little tip, it won't squirt out. Depends, because some of your chaffle mixtures are thinner than others. Like if this had like shredded mozzarella in it, it would be thicker and it wouldn't even spread out like that. So I'm going to close my chaffle maker, and you're probably going to see a lot of steam coming out of there, which is what should happen. It's perfectly normal. In fact, usually when the steam stops, it's almost pretty much done. One thing, don't open up your chaffle maker too soon, because you open that up, like say I opened it up now, it would all be sticking to the top and it would be a mess because you're not giving it a chance to cook. So don't be in a hurry. Sometimes these things could take 3 minutes, a little less, a little more. It depends on what kind of a chaffle you're making. So I can hear this sizzling in here. I see steam coming out. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. My cameraman, my hubby cameraman, is not with me again today. He's been very busy, so I've been going solo for a while. But one of these days I'll get him back soon. If you want to see him, go back and look at my Halloween collab I did. He plays the thief. So anyway, oops, got flour on me. So I see that steam coming out of there. So getting back to the chaffles, I think I told you in my last video, I got myself a little notebook here, and I've been collecting my chaffle recipes. I've become obsessed. I'm sitting down there and I'm watching TV and I'm fooling with them. I'm on my island here experimenting, putting different things in them. And if I make something that I don't like, I just write it on there like, I put a face on it with a frown. And if there's ones that I like on there, I'll put a smiley face. So this is my collection of chaffles. So I don't want to pick this up yet. I'm just going to give it a second. But this is great for anybody who just wants to eat low carb, or they want to at least try. There goes my clock. They want to just try to incorporate low carb, into their diet. And these are keto friendly. So if you're on either keto or you're trying to eat low carb, these are perfect. And there are so many different versions. And the original chaffle is just an egg and cheddar cheese. I made that already for you. You just sprinkle a little cheddar cheese on your waffle maker, and then you mix up your cheddar cheese with an egg. You pour that on and you put a little of the cheddar cheese on top, and voila, you have this fantastic crispy, cheesy chaffle. They're really delicious. So the steam looks like it's slowing down, so I think it might be safe for me to take a peek. Oh yeah, baby. It's looking good. I'm gonna just let it go another minute or so, and then I'll put it on my cooling rack. These are so good. Now I should mention to you that I love to eat these with whipped cream on the top and some fresh raspberries. That's why I told you you need 1/3 cup of fresh raspberries, but you're only going to use half of that in your chaffles. Now, so I have my fork here. Let me see if this is ready. I'm gonna look on the bottom. Oh yeah. Take it out. I'm gonna put it on my cooling rack. Let me try to hold that up for you. You see that? Gets nice and golden brown. I'll put some shots in the video for you. All right, so here comes my next one. I'm gonna make that one. I think I'm gonna get more than 2 out of this. Yeah, I might get 3. Okay. See the batter. Oh, it's so good. It smells so good. I love almond. I think almond flavoring is my favorite. And anything you make with almond paste, I'm in heaven. All right, so let me close this. All right, so I'm going to continue making these chaffles off camera. Looks like I might get probably 3. I'm not sure. And I'll let them cool, and I'll be back in a second to to show you how I finish them off and to eat them, because this is my breakfast today. So don't go away. Okay, I'm back. Actually, I got, well, I would say 4 Chaffles out of this recipe. I think I made them a little thinner than I normally do. But depending on how heavy-handed you are, etc., you'll get either 2 or 4. So how do I serve these? Well, first of all, you let them cool on your cooling rack. Very simple. So take one of your Chaffles, put it on a dish, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to use Ready Whip because I like Ready Whip and it's easy. All right. And you're just going to squirt some of this on the top. Oh, baby. Look at that. And then those raspberries that you reserved, you're going to put on top of there. And if you want any extras, you can put those on too, because I love almond and I love raspberry. So look at this. Oh my goodness. My hands are clean, so I'm using my fingers so these don't fall off. Look at, we're going to put another raspberry on there. I love them. Look at that. Oh, does that look yummy? So I'm going to taste it now because I haven't eaten and I'm hungry. So I'll let you know how it is. I haven't had a bad one yet. Let me see. See, I put a little extra almond extract in that the recipe called for, and I like it like this because I like almond. So you have to just tweak it and get it the way you want it. So, I want to thank you all for indulging this chaffaholic, making her chaffle, my raspberry almond chaffle. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go down below, hit subscribe, and hit that little notification bell, and it says all. And with the holidays coming, you won't miss out on any of the holiday recipes we have coming. You'll get a notification. So I want to thank you all for stopping by, and I hope to see you very soon. So while I eat my chaffle, I'll say toodles!